Welcome to the Cowboys versus Ninjas Podcast. We've got some really awesome flash fiction you guys sent in. And, these aren't those, massive sagas that take forever to get through. It's like, boom, you're right there in the action.
Yeah.
Worlds colliding. You've got intense rivalries, unexpected twists, and these characters, they are constantly finding strengths they never knew they had.
It's true what you said about flash fiction. It's like this awesome pressure cooker of storytelling. Every single word has to count, and the focus, it's like laser sharp. It's all about that conflict and how the characters change and grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And the two stories we are diving into today are perfect examples. The first one, it pits this legendary pirate captain, think total badass of the high seas, against a master ninja, equally skilled, but way more stealthy. A wild storm shipwrecks them together on a deserted island and their long-standing hatred. It's about to be put to the ultimate test. And then there's this other story. He's about a young ninja who's got this incredible ability. He can understand animals. But in his super traditional clan, that gift, well, seen as a weakness, makes him an outcast. But it could be the only thing to stop a huge war.
You've hit the nail on the head with these stories. It's all about uncovering those surprising twists and turns. It's about getting to those core themes they explore, those moments that leave you thinking. It's about understanding how to tell a powerful story in just a few pages.
Exactly. So ready to jump into our first story, Pirate versus Ninja. Picture this. Captain Anya, she's got a reputation as fierce as a hurricane, right? Then there's Kaido, this ninja. He's like a shadow, silent and deadly. These two have clashed before out on the open ocean, and let's just say they left with some seriously bad blood.
You can feel the tension right from the start. The author describes their first fight as this, tempestuous clash. I mean, you've got fiery ruthlessness on one side, cold and calculated precision on the other. It's pure drama.
Totally agree. And then, as fate would have it, a massive storm throws them both overboard. They end up shipwrecked together on this deserted island. Suddenly, their personal grudge match. It takes a backseat to plain old survival. The story makes it crystal clear. Pure animosity, deep distrust. They are not about to start braiding each other's hair.
Classic scenario. You put two total opposites, two sworn enemies into a life-or-death situation and see what happens. It's a recipe for some serious surprises, and it's amazing for revealing character.
So Anya, ever the practical pirate, she decides a truce is needed. No fancy negotiation. Just straight up, we're in this together, so shut up and listen. The story puts it like this. It was less a question, more a statement laden with the threat of a well-placed knife if you refused. It's like pirate diplomacy 101, right? Straight to the point. Yeah. And Kaido, even though his ninja pride is stinging, he agrees. The story says his honor tasted worse than brine in his mouth. But he knows they got to work together or they're both shark bait. It's a great example of principles colliding with reality. Yeah, this island, it's not exactly paradise. It's more like a jungle obstacle course from hell. You've got razor-sharp vines ready to shred you, hidden pools that could swallow you whole. The jungle, full of creepy sounds. This island is a true test of survival skills. But here's the thing. Both Anya and Kaido, they have special talents that become super useful in this crazy environment. Anya, she knows the sea like the back of her hand. Tides, weather patterns, you name it. Kaido, he's surprisingly awesome at wilderness survival.
So their skills, the stuff that would normally fuel their rivalry out on the open ocean, they become essential for staying alive on land. Anya understands the elements. Kaido knows how to navigate the terrain. It's this unexpected synergy.
Exactly. Their first big discovery isn't a treasure chest full of gold, but rather these weird etchings on a cliff face. Turns out, they're blueprints to an ancient trap system. Poison darts, hidden pits, the whole works. Seems like this island used to have some folks who were really into protecting something.
Oh yeah, definitely sounds like it.
Kaido, being the master of stealth and precision, is totally fascinated by these traps. The story mentions how his eyes lit up. He saw the puzzle, the elegance of a deadly dance. For him, these traps are like beautiful works of art. Total opposite of Anya. She's still dreaming about that buried treasure.
You can see their different motivations, right?
Yeah.
Kaido is all about the challenge, the artistry of the tracks. Anya, she's all about the loot.
You got it. Anya, ever the pragmatist, just lays it all out there. I get the treasure, you get your kicks dismantling booby traps. Not exactly a foundation for friendship, but hey, it's a working agreement. Kaido gets a little prickly about the whole kicks thing, reminding her about his ninja code. Anya just rolls her eyes. She's got bigger things to worry about than lecture on ninja ethics, especially when there are poison darts flying around.
And yet it's precisely because they're so different that they make it through. Anya's gut instincts about danger, combined with Taito's super precise trap disabling skills, they form this super effective, even if it's totally reluctant, partnership.
And remember that hardcore rivalry. Well, it doesn't disappear, but it definitely changes. The story describes this like odd, exhilarating tension that replaces the outright hatred. They're still suspicious of each other, of course, but now there's this shared purpose, a reliance on one another that's almost maybe kind of like a grudging respect.
I see it as the island itself, the whole survival thing, forging a new dynamic between them. They face this common enemy, this treacherous island, and they're forced to recognize each other's skills. It doesn't mean their personalities suddenly change.
So they finally find the hidden treasure, right? It's underneath this huge waterfall.
Right.
But guess what? No gold.
Yeah.
No jewels. It's a super complex water filtration system. Apparently, the ancient islanders built it to make a poisonous spring drinkable.
Whoa, what a twist.
Right. Poor Kaido, he looks so bummed out. Anya, being Anya, can't resist giving him a little jab. So much for your grand ideals, huh? But Kaido surprises her. He smiles a bit and admits that just staying alive is a victory of sorts. That's a pretty big deal for this always serious ninja.
For sure. It shows he's starting to see things Anya's way. He's realizing that survival is more than just honor and ninja codes.
And to get back to civilization, they have to build a raft together. More of that forced teamwork. When they finally say goodbye, Anya sails off into the sunset and Kaido disappears into the shadows. Their relationship is still kind of a mystery. It's not like they're best friends now. But they're not enemies either. There's this hint of respect, like something real was forged between them in that struggle to survive.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. The story says it perfectly. Their rivalry was a weapon, honed sharper by necessity. That whole fight for survival, it actually made their skills better. They both had to adapt. And I love that it leaves open the possibility that maybe, just maybe, they'll team up again someday.
So a pirate and a ninja, forced into this crazy alliance, battling not just the elements but their own history, and ending up finding something way more valuable than gold. It's a story about how the most unexpected events can create unlikely partnerships and change the way we see our enemies.
It's true. Conflict can sometimes open the door to understanding, even respect, even when you least expect it. Ready to move on to our next story. The one about the ninja who talks to animals.
Totally. Let's dive into Eyes of the Forest. Meet Yuki. He's a young ninja who is different from his clan. Yuki can understand animals. And I don't mean like recognizing a bird call. He can understand their whispers, their feelings. He gets intel from the rustling of crows, from a squirrel's chatter, even from the cries of a worried mama bear.
That's so cool. It's not your typical ninja skill set, right? Yeah. Yuki taps into this whole network of intelligence that other ninjas wouldn't even notice. He's connected to nature in this deep, primal way.
Totally. But his clan, they're not impressed. They're all about shadows, swordsmanship, and ancient scrolls. They think Yuki's ability is weird, unnatural. The other kids make fun of him. He ends up isolated, a total outsider in his own community.
Aw, poor Yuki. He has this amazing talent, but the people he should be closest to see it as a flaw. It makes you think about how we often stick to traditions, even when they blind us to new possibilities.
Right. Then this raven shows up, carrying a dire message about General Hasegawa and his war plans. The clan elders dismiss the raven as a trickster, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But Yuki, he's been picking up vibes from the animals, wolves on edge, bees freaking out. He just knows something is wrong, something really bad.
His connection to the animals is like his own personal intelligence network, way more accurate than the elders' old-school methods. He senses danger, they just stick to their outdated protocols.
So Yuki takes a huge risk. He decides to trust his gut and the animals. He knows his clan won't believe him, so he makes a run for it. And get this, a viper, a creature that doesn't exactly have a reputation for being friendly, helps him hide. It even gives him a cryptic message. Hasegawa is the viper within your grasp.
Oh, that's intense. The viper's not just warning Yuki, it's giving him this powerful metaphor. There's an enemy hiding within the clan, someone who looks like an ally but is secretly plotting against them. And it's so cool that Yuki, who's been ostracized by his own people, puts his faith in this creature that everyone else fears.
Yeah, it shows how deeply he understands and trusts nature. So Hasegawa's fortress is this huge, intimidating place. Not exactly welcoming to ninjas, especially one who chats with squirrels. But guess what? A grumpy squirrel, annoyed by the guards, becomes Yuki's guide, leading him through ventilation shafts. I guess the squirrel had a taste for acorns.
That is so awesome. Yuki can use the smallest, most unexpected creatures to his advantage. It's like he sees allies and information where others see just pests.
He gets into the fortress and overhears Hasegawa in the war room. And it's even worse than Yuki thought. Hasegawa's messing with supply reports, making it look like Yuki's clan is the enemy. He's trying to start a war. But Yuki knows he needs more than just his word to convince the elders. He needs proof.
Totally. He needs hard evidence, something concrete, something they can't ignore.
And that's where the squirrel comes in clutch again. It leads Yuki through secret tunnels, right to Hasegawa's room. There, Yuki finds this ledger with all of Hasegawa's dirty plans. His escape is crazy. Animals everywhere causing chaos and distraction so he can slip away.
What a scene. Yuki's not just understanding the animals, he's leading this whole animal rebellion. They're all working together to help him.
He goes back to his clan, and they're already feeling the effects of Hasegawa's schemes. They're running out of supplies. The elders don't believe Yuki at first, but when he shows them the ledger, they're shocked. They want to know how he got it, and that's when Yuki reveals his secret weapon, the animals. His gift, the thing they used to make fun of, is now their only hope.
It's a huge turning point for Yuki. The elders, they have to face the truth. They were wrong, and his ability is actually their strongest weapon.
Hasegawa was caught red-handed, and the war is stopped. But the story doesn't end with a happily ever after. The land and people are hurting. Yuki, though, he finds a new purpose. He's not just a translator for the animals anymore. He's a bridge between the human and animal worlds, working to build peace and understanding. From outcast to hero, all because of his unique gift.
Yuki's story is so inspiring. It tells us to embrace what makes us different, to see the strength in our perceived weaknesses. It reminds us that sometimes the most powerful abilities are the ones we least expect.
So what do you think? We've got two amazing stories here. In one, enemies become allies. In the other, what's seen as a weakness becomes a strength. They both show how we can adapt, change, and overcome challenges by thinking outside the box.
They both have so much to say about adaptability, changing relationships, and finding new ways to solve problems. It's a powerful reminder that true strength comes in all shapes and sizes.
And that's what's so great about flash fiction. It packs a punch.
Aye.
Thanks for listening to the Cowboys versus Ninjas podcast. And keep those stories coming. Who knows what unexpected heroes and alliances are waiting to be discovered?
That's right. Keep those stories coming. Rate and follow for more Cowboys versus Ninjas episodes.
See you next time.
See ya.